The climate change ruse is a part of an establishment scheme that spread like wildfire to get votes and make money off of gullible and easily frightened people. The technique of fear is used by leftist and liberal groups, and the whole idea behind it is to get people scared and to have them think that their great defenders will be the Democrats, and those Democrats will save the world for them. That's the whole idea behind it. In other countries, there are equivalent entities that do the same thing for the same purpose, money and power. And they've resorted to the most sort of vile form of fear mongering that you can imagine because they're desperate. Right now, the Trump movement, the America First movement, and the nationalist movements that are turning away from these crazy, paranoid, fear-mongering methods supposedly propped up with science, which is not true science in the conventional sense, but typically pop science. These individuals are using fear, as they always have. Democrats in our country are the ones who do this. They can't win on the basis of ideas, so they have to win on the basis of fear. And winning votes is the most important thing to them, because that's where you make the money. That's where the millions of dollars flow into your life. That's where the mansions get bought. That's where the yachts get bought. Whether you're a Hollywood Democrat, a music industry Democrat, or a Swalwell, Maxine Waters, Jerry Nadler, Nancy Pelosi Democrats, the same form that is used by all of them. And their goal is to frighten you. They've used the fear technique, the MSNBC, NBC, CBS. These people have all used the fear technique in the same manner because they're all part of the same philosophy of fear equals votes, and you can pose yourself as a savior and make a lot of money that way from gullible, frightened people. Our goal is to completely oppose them. So we say we're not going to do anything about climate change in the sense of destroying our jobs, our industries, or anything of the sort. And we're going to point the finger at the true polluters of this world, China and India, and we're going to shame the climate change activists into recognizing that their efforts should be focused on China and India, not on America, where air quality and water quality is really very, very good. And our carbon footprint in any event is not significant and is not having an undue effect on the environment. The Earth has gone through cyclical changes through its entire existence. And these changes are very slow. They occur over millions of years. We could very well be at the very beginning point of some minor change in the climate. But don't let the climate change activists, others, inflict fear into your minds. Don't let them force you with panic and paranoia into voting for them. It's all a scheme. They'll get their kids out. They'll use any technique at all because money is at stake. And just as the majority of murders in the world are a result of either love, sex or money, so people are willing to die almost for this vote-buying paranoia scheme that people like de Blasio and Ocasio-Cortez and the other nutcases are pushing upon people left and right, and writing very convoluted stories in the most amazing, insane ways, designed to create fear and to keep the vote keep the docile, naive voter putting Democrats in power continuously, all for this good that they say that they're carrying out on your behalf. Remember, anytime a Democrat opens its mouth, no matter how friendly they seem, no matter how they wear their hair, no matter how they smile, they're engaging in activities that are designed to serve themselves ultimately. The Democrat Party, by its very nature, is the opposite of its caring, selfless thing that they try to portray themselves as. They are not that way at all. That is not part of the philosophy of being a Democrat liberal, certainly not in 2019. It may have been applicable in the era of the Kennedy or Truman, something like the Peace Corps, for example, but not in the modern Democrat Party of today, where virtually every act of so-called charity or kindness is actually designed to put Democrats in position of control over others, where they can thereby fatten their bank accounts. That's the Democrat way of 2019. If you think that climate change and the horrible thing 10 years from now we're going to burn up, you're wrong. The planet is still going to be around in 10 years. It's still going to be around in 1 million years. And this fear-mongering for votes, this is something that you have to be smart enough to resist. Put a thick coating around yourself and do not let the things they say cause you to be upset. Also, do not let yourself fall in the trap of wanting to be popular or liked by people who are advocating climate nonsense. You have to think for yourself, particularly if you're a young person and don't have the equipment to think for yourself very easily. Don't simply take your desire to be liked or by the other people and then follow everyone down the rabbit hole of climate change nonsense, because that's exactly what it is, nonsense. Does that mean we shouldn't try to recycle, or we shouldn't try to find new technologies to produce fewer emissions? No, of course we should find those things. Of course we should work on those things. But don't nanny us into using things that are not competitive in the market. Make a car that goes 300 miles on one electric charge fill-up, and make the places where you can get that fill-up easy to find, and make the fill-up process cost-effective and fast, just like it is with our gas. And watch us all convert to electric cars, because that's when we'll do it, not because you're berating us about friggin' climate. We can do things. We can use technology to make our air and water cleaner. That's right. But don't nanny us into it, and don't bring out, Greta Thunbergs and their little sailboats and completely brainwashed by their parents, females, to sit there and lecture us about what we should do. My thinking is this. If Greta thinks that there's no future for her, then that's great. She can just have no future, because I don't care about Greta Thunberg. Nor do I care about any kid who's been completely brainwashed by their parents, except in the sense that the parents should be put in jail for child abuse. So this is where I stand. Crazy pandering fools like de Blasio, who say it's okay for kids to leave school, or insane people like Gavin Newsom, who refuse to suspend potty mouth, back talking scumbags simply because there are more blacks who are doing it, fatherless black families and blacks doing it, and we can't have a disproportionate number of them suspended, even if they all deserve it. These crazy liberal leftists are bad, bad people, causing very bad things to occur in our society, and you have to be strong enough to fight them tooth and nail wherever they are, with whatever illegal techniques we have at our disposal. We have to understand they are insidious, they are clever, and they will do anything to push their tentacles, their liberal leftist tentacles, into every element and every corner of your life, if that means they can suck you dry in their quest to become richer and richer and buy more vacation homes and yachts, which is exactly what they're doing with their vote buying propaganda. So that's what I got to say tonight, September 20th, 2019.